Hi everybody, it's Dorothy Kelty from Raccoon Alley Creations, and someone posted this on Facebook in a couple of my groups, and I cannot find it again to thank the person who posted it. But I thought it was so clever, and I slowed it down and just folded the page so that I could figure out how to do it again. So this is for Line Dot Arrow for their September challenges. So I'm using the freebies from Natalie from weeks 1, 2, or 3. And here's what I made. And this is the way it works. You reach this and it folds out. And now you've got all this journaling space, okay, on the same page. In addition, I've got a pocket here with a couple tags in it. And I've got a pocket here with a envelope in it that more journaling things could go in. But anyway, I thought it was adorable, so here is the way you do it. Okay, so what we're doing here, this is a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it is tea or coffee dyed. And I'm going to use, now the ones I did before, I did not use a scoreboard, but just for the fact of trying to keep this straight, and let's see what I've got that I can use since I can't find my thing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over 3 inches and make a score line right down here, and then I'm going to turn it horizontal, and I'm going to go over 3 inches and make a score line here. Okay, and then what you do, now this, it doesn't have to be 3 inches, that's not set in stone or anything, and you don't have to use a full-size piece of paper. I folded one using a much smaller piece of paper, so it makes kind of a smaller tag or something to go in. But anyway, so the first thing we're going to do, look at all these little white pieces of paper that are stuck there, is we're going to fold these over, and then just so you can see the lines better, I'm going to ink them, okay? Okay, I do this, and you have to fold these both ways. You want the folds to be able to go both ways. So while I'm folding them both ways, I'll also be inking them both ways. So again, I didn't ink these lines on the other one. I'm just doing now to make it more obvious to see how you make the third fold, okay? So for the third fold, and 3 folds are all you need for this. So for the third fold, what you're going to do is this place right here where this line crosses, you're going to fold this down, and these 2 lines, you're going to line up with the folds that already show. And if you folded it straight, which I certainly hope I did, they should line up pretty well, okay? Now I'm just going to fold this, and again, I'm going to fold it back. Okay? And then this got a little bit cooked too much. I dried these in the oven, and because of that, the edges are a little fragile, but that's fine. So what you're going to do is you want to fold this in here and this in here. But when you do, you want these folds to come together so that you have a square in the upper right-hand corner, okay? Now these could, as you can see, these could easily have come over another 1/2 inch or something to make it smaller, and that would have been just fine. Let's see if this is, pull those up a little bit more. Okay, so now we just have to decorate them. And so I've already gone through the freebies, and I've picked out some bits and pieces that have been cut or put together so that they can be used to decorate it. And I'm going to decorate it pretty much like I did this one, maybe not exactly. So for here, let's see, this is going to go up in this corner, and I believe these three go up in this corner. And here's a tag, okay. And this is a little envelope that I made out of an envelope. So now we have these three pieces here to make a pocket. And the way that I did it on this one here, see, it's a little bit of a floating pocket. I don't know if you can see that. So things at the side. So what I did is I took this piece and I put it down at the bottom. I may have inked everything. I'm not going to ink them on here, but this would be the time if you wanted to ink things to go through. So I just centered this tag in the bottom, so I'm just going to put glue just across the bottom here, okay, to hold it down. So I like these kind of floating or open edge things. Now my thought with this was you could put it over here and it could actually lean over a little bit, and that actually might be fun. All we have to do is figure out where on this side we want a line. So we need a line like this, okay? And then we want to overlap this rectangular piece here, okay? So I am just gonna, where's that line? Go ahead and put this down here and let that fold over a little bit. So if you've gone too far, you might need to just wipe out off some of the ink there, okay? So now this could be a tuck spot, just the way it is, like this. That could be very cute as a tuck spot. Or if you add another shape to it, like this little heart here, and you do the same thing. Now on this one, I'm going to go down here, and then I'm going to make a line across here a little bit on this. So, you know, right across here, okay, and right down this side. It helps to hold the side that you don't want to glue, okay? I don't want this to stick over because when I pull this apart, I don't want this hitting on the side here. I mean, you could lift it, it would be okay. You could mess with it, but why mess with it, okay? And so now you just need to tuck something in. I made sure that this tag, when it goes in here, and can you see how it kind of shows a little bit on each side? That's what makes a little bit of a peekaboo tag. And peekaboo tags are from, oh shoot, her name just went out of my brain, but it'll come back to me. Kathleen Mower. Okay, so anyway, so that makes a cute little decoration there. And then on this one, I just took and made, I used from, and I no longer know, they've gotten mixed up which of the 3 weeks of freebies these are from. But this is just going to go over on the side, and then we add these decorations to it. So I'm going to put glue along this side. A little bit along the bottom. And again, we're making pockets, not tucks. Okay, so I've got glue on both of these sides and along the bottom. And I'm going to have this up just a tiny bit. Okay. And then we've got this tag that says music and this little floral direction. Now you can see this is really the negative space, the white in the design. But if you just take and put some ink on this, you know, that helps it not be quite so glaring. I didn't want to cut it apart because it was, you know, they're pretty small and stuff. And when I tried my X-Acto knife earlier, I discovered it needs a new blade. So we'll just put these here. I tend to, if there's an edge that's going to stick out, to put it through the bottom where it's glued down rather than up the top, because as you're putting things in here, this can get bent up, okay? So again, these are very simple, well, they're beautiful tags and stuff made by Natalie, but I'm using them in a very simple way. This is not a complex design. And yet, when we're done, I think it's very effective. So now, glue this. This could go, you know, sideways or something. This time I'm going to put it just right with these ends going horizontal rather than vertical. Let me show you that in just a second. So now I've got glue on it. So there's these black lines here, and this green is going horizontal. This way would make it vertical, but I want it to be horizontal, and I want this tip to be above or even with or below the top of the pocket where it's going to hang. Now, what I did with this one, this was a piece of it, the end of an envelope, just a regular old junk mail envelope. And I cut the end off, and then this was the flap on the letter. So I just folded it over and got this to match on both sides, okay? And then I just took some of Natalie's digitals and I glued them on the front and the back of this. So I thought this was really pretty. And then for decoration, I have, on this side, we're just going to put this adorable little angel. And again, I could be putting things, lace or dryer softener sheets, used ones that have been inked up, or gauze, things like that behind it. But for the purpose of this video, I just want to keep it simple. So there she is. And then on the back of this, we'll just put this this little mushrooms. So both sides are decorated when you pull it out. And then you can put a small tag or whatever you'd like to inside, or just leave the envelope so that the whoever gets the journal can use it. Now, when I tore this one, I tore the corner off here. And so I just inked it, and then by putting this over the corner a little bit, I'm distracted from that, I hope. Okay, so now we have this side done and this side done. So we just have this side and this side. Now on this one, I've picked, let's see if I can get this out without tearing it. Okay, I cut out a little butterfly, and I have these beads on plastic string, and I thought that they would be really cute behind it. So what I'm going to do for this to hold it in place is take a tiny piece of, oh no, where did they go? I can get very mad at myself sometimes. I know they're on my desk. I know I'm looking right at them. Okay, well, what I would do, let's see if I can pull a string off something here. This is just a thread off of that fabric, and I'm leaning them together. But what I would do is go ahead and put a dot of glue here, and then for the other ones that I was going to use, which were kind of 3D, this would be a good idea. You don't need to do this for thread, but I would take a little piece of like tape and put it across there to hold that down. And then I would okay, so then you've got these, you've got your antenna for the butterfly, okay? And then I have okay, I have this cute little rabbit, and just because all of these little things are so thin and I didn't want them to tear, I reinforced it by putting it on this music paper. Okay, so I just fussy cut around it and glued it on, and now I'm just tearing along the edge. I kind of want a little bit of the music paper to show, but I'm not being too anal about that. Okay, we'll go around here. Now, if I don't like this, I'll go back and fussy cut it and make it a little bit, I'll be more anal, you know? I can be anal if I have to be. Okay, here we go. And so I've just torn this. This is not super neat. I have this piece of lace here. Let's see. And then I thought this little rabbit can go on top of that. And then the butterfly can go here or here, like so. Okay, so let me start first. Let me trim this down a little bit. Do I like it like this, or do I like it like this? Maybe I like it like this. Okay, I'm going to cut this off here. Let me see how far he can go. Okay, let's glue this piece of lace down. And I don't care if every little piece of lace is glued down. If the edges come up a little bit, I'm perfectly okay with that. So, get that down. Now I may add a tiny bit more over here just to hold that edge down, okay? And now our little rabbit on the stump can go right there. So I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on this because I am gluing paper to lace. This is Fabri-Tac glue, and it's made to glue Fabri-Tac down. But because, you know, this is halfway thick lace, and there's a lot of, you know, texture to it. Now, here's the question. Do I really need this? Or maybe I'll just leave him alone. Okay, so for this piece over here, I just have a little label and another one, and then a round flower. Let's see, what if we do it this way? I kind of like that. Now you could stamp a word or something on here or glue on a word. May decide to do that later, who knows. But for right now, so this is line dot arrow hashtag September Challenge 25. So that's the name of the challenge for this. LDA, hashtag LDA September Challenge 25. And those words are written out all the way. Okay. So this is the same shape as the other label. I'm just turning it horizontal instead of vertical. And it has a word on it already. So, but it mimics the shape and then the round one here. Now, what if I put this over here? Okay, I think I like that, so I'm going to do it. So let me get the round circle. I may have inked the edges on this a little bit, mostly because I cut inside the outline, and so there's a white edge on it that doesn't show as an outline too much. Okay, and then what if this, let's see, which way do I like it? I think I like it like that. Okay. When I'm gluing this, of course, I want to get glue over that, but I also want to make sure I get some glue on these little edges of the wings where they stick up, down, or whatever, because I don't want those coming off because they're prone then to getting bent or torn or something. So we'll put that right here like that. Now, one thing that you can also do with antenna, if you make them on a string like this, is take the string before you do the antenna and get glue on your fingers and just twist them, and that puts them in place. But as you can see, look how cute this is. It folds out, lots of journaling spaces, hidden journaling, and it's adorable. So line dot arrow. September challenge, and let me show you these so you see some of the beautiful papers. So here's a little tag with a mushroom and this flowers, this little envelope. The design came with this wording on it, and I just added these little digital cutouts on the back, tuck it in there, and then we have this time I had a bigger piece of that lace, so it goes all over it. And you've got the little guy sitting on the mushroom, little fairy, and then just one piece over there. Now, one of the nice things with lace on either one of these is if you wanted to have a dangle, you could have a little jewel or something dangling from here. But I think this is kind of a cool fancy fold. I really like it. And if I can figure out who the heck posted it, I'll put a thank you up to them. Okay? Again, this is Dorothy Kilty of Raccoon Alley Creations. I appreciate so much everyone who follows my channel and likes and comments on my videos. And I hope to have more fun things in the future.